you're a woodshop teacher, what do you do for distance learning? That must be hard. And I'm like, yes, it's very difficult. Yo guys. Hey. How's it going, everybody? How you doing?
Hello.
All right, let everybody on in here. Hey, look, we got a shop set up today. How about that? All right. Let's see. Tree. Okay, take a piece of meat. Alrighty. How's everybody doing today, guys? You guys are quiet. Come on, man. We're in the shop today. We're doing stuff, sort of.
Cut wood.
Cut some wood. Weed. Love me some Bobby Duke. Good times. Yeah, this is my garage, by the way. Will this turn out to be a YouTube video? You have no idea. Actually, I have my camera going behind you guys, and it's recording. Yep. I'm recording right now.
Also,
I'm gonna do a stream. I'm not live or anything, but I'm planning on posting this. Yeah, I have my Zoom recording. I'm not gonna put you guys because I can't really put your faces or identifying information in public YouTube. That I'm not going to do that.
Well, that would have been amazing.
Well, you know what? If I can get you on camera right now saying that it's okay, then I suppose it would be okay. But yeah, we're doing class. We're doing class from YouTube today. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to show off some of the things that I was working on because I'll be honest with you, I'm getting kind of tired of just sitting in my dining room doing class all the time. So I figured if I need to change a pace, you guys probably do too. So here we are. But yeah, feel free to type in chat or shout out or whatever. Because I kind of need that today. I don't know about you guys, but you guys want to see what I've been working on? Don't all everybody answer at once. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is gonna be my next video. Well, not this, but what I'm working on is gonna be my next video for I'm hoping next week I should be finished with it. But so I am making Christmas cookie frosted ornaments out of just scrap wood that I'm laying around. Look at that. That's not a cookie. That's wood. It's wood. But so what I did was I took like some scrap trim pieces that I have from working around my house, and I use this will all be in the video next week, so you'll get to see how. So I use a coping saw to cut out these little Christmas shapes. I have some more drying over there on another table. I'll let them dry for a little bit more before I try and pick them up and show you guys. But I cut out these little Christmas shapes, and then I figured out a way to use a certain kind of paint, a really thick paint that's just white. And if I mix some dye, I just discovered this. This is really cool. It's called Unicorn Spit, and it's kind of expensive. I'm not gonna lie, it's like $12 for this bottle. But it's one of those a little goes a long way sort of thing. So I got this white paint, which is really thick, kind of like a frosting. You make up some white frosting with some sugar and stuff, and then you get your food coloring, which in this case, this is a gel stain dye kind of thing, and you mix it, and you get this really bright, like frosting-looking material, frosting-looking paint. I was like, oh man, it'd be really cool if I cut out like some cookie shapes, Christmas cookie shapes out of just some scrap wood, and then frosted them. So I didn't use a paintbrush on this. I used I think a knife or like a stick or something, and just sort of frosted it. And I called my wife over. I was like, hey, look, it's a Christmas cookie. She's like, oh, that looks actually delicious. So I'm just gonna drill a hole in the top and then run a ribbon through it and Christmas ornaments. I made like half a dozen of these. That one's dry, and I've got a couple over here. Let me see if I can pick this up. You guys can hear me okay from over there, right? If you're typing in chat, I have no idea. Yeah, so I'm gonna try not to drop this on my. So I got this snowman right here, and it's still drying, so it's a little glossy. But see how I just let it drip down the sides there? Oh, it's really cool. I'm gonna show my camera. It's just kind of. Oh yeah, it's not focused right there. So it just kind of drips down the sides a little bit. And it looks like cookie frosting. I'm gonna let it dry that way. And I got some other colors. I got some black I'll do for the hat and like little coal eyes. And then I have so I have 2 snowmen, 2 trees, and 2 like little holly leaf and berry sort of things. So once those dry, I'll mix up some other colors. Kind of make it make it a little more decorative and stuff like that. Maybe put some little ornaments on the trees, and turn it out to a video. So that's what I've been working on the last few days. It's been fun. It's been entertaining. But yeah, and then I'm recording myself doing the Zoom just to be like, hey, this is a day in the life of a distance learning shop teacher. Because people always keep asking me, is like, oh, well, you're a woodshop teacher. What do you do for distance learning? That must be hard. I'm like, yes, it's very difficult. It's not anything like what I want it to be. So I figured I could bring you guys out to my shop here at home. And here we are. And I'll have some stuff to cut. So another person. There we go. For the waiting room. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started with today's lesson. The last week or so we've been talking about planning, specifically career planning, and today we're going to be talking about the construction industry specifically. Now, I know a lot of you are probably not thinking, if you are thinking about your future careers someday, which you're in high school, you should start thinking about that. But even if you are thinking about your future career, I know a lot of you are probably not thinking, oh yeah, I want to go into the construction industry. You know, I'm not going to be a construction worker. Why would I think about that? Well, here's the thing: is the construction industry is not just limited to construction workers. Okay, people with hard hats and banging together frames and pouring concrete and driving forklifts and bulldozers and stuff like that. Yeah, those jobs are plentiful. There's a lot out there, but it's not limited to just those types of careers. Okay, you have everything from people with 4-year college degrees and even advanced degrees, master's degrees, law degrees, that sort of thing, all the way down to your laborers out of high school, done a little bit of technical training, maybe joined a trade union or something like that, but no degrees or anything to their name yet. So it's a wide variety of expertise. Construction is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, don't quote me on that, but it is a huge industry worldwide, let alone the United States, right? There is always construction projects going on. And it's, like I said, it's not just construction workers that have the careers in the construction industry. You see all these big multi-million, billion-dollar projects going up in the city, San Francisco, Oakland, wherever. I mean, constantly, everywhere. There's construction every single place. And every one of those projects, those high-dollar projects, the big housing developments, the giant office buildings going up, and all the repairs, to existing buildings, every one of those is going to be run by teams of people. Not only do you have people who are managing the construction side of it, you have people on the back end. You've got lawyers, you've got accountants, you've got business managers, making sure that all these contracts come together and everything comes together cleanly, and people get paid on time, and I already said contracts go through, and everybody leaves happy and paid, and investors get what they want, and stuff like that. So, and those lawyers, those accountants, you get degrees for those. Either a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree. The lawyers, yeah, definitely. You get your 4-year degrees and your 2-year degrees, and the engineers and the architects. Okay, designing and planning and checking off on various aspects of all these buildings. And then you just keep going down the line there. You've got your supervisors, your foremen, and then your laborers, your contractors, your subcontractors. All the way down to people who. People actually doing the work and building the buildings. And it doesn't stop there either. If you have a company, you either work for a company or you run a company with employees, you're going to have people in the office. You have office managers, you have your payroll department, you've got your HR people, your human resources people in charge of hiring and firing and personnel and making sure that everybody gets paid on time and everybody has the proper documentation and stuff like that. You get your people working the office jobs. They're in the construction industry, but they're not out in the heat and working, getting all hot and dirty. They're in the air-conditioned office, filing paperwork, doing the accounting, running the books, doing the payroll, that sort of thing. So all of that is to say that the construction industry is this very broad definition. Okay, it's not just the construction worker with the hammer and the hard hat banging together frames. Okay, so when we talk about considering jobs in the construction industry, we're not just talking about people who are getting their hands dirty. But if that's you, if that's what you enjoy, then you've also got that opportunity as well. Whether or not you're going to college, if you're not going to college, then there's plenty of opportunity for a very lucrative career getting started in the construction industry. If you are going to college, a 4-year university or a 2-year community college, wherever you go from there, there's a place for you in the construction industry. So it's definitely something to consider. The other thing to consider too is that there is a huge shortage of people needed working in the construction industry because this industry keeps expanding. They're constantly building new stuff, but there's perpetually not enough people going into these jobs. And when you don't have enough people to do the job, and this is skilled labor, this is not unskilled work. You can't just take anybody off the street and build a skyscraper. Okay, you have to have skilled, trained labor for it. And when you have a shortage of that skilled, trained labor, the people who are skilled, who do have those skills, they are more valuable, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for you. So that all leads into our assignment that we're going to do today. We're going to start by watching a video, and then we have a little research worksheet for you to do, and then we'll finish off with my morning question and wrap things up. I am purposely not loading you guys up with another SketchUp project because I know a lot of you guys are behind on your assignments, and I want to give you the opportunity to get caught up on that. If you don't take that opportunity, then, you can't come back at me later and say you didn't have enough time, you didn't know how to do it, because I'm giving you the opportunity to ask your questions and to have the time to catch up on your work, even if it is late. Better late than never. So if you are behind, you have work to do. You're not going to get sympathy from me if you don't do it. So. Okay, I'm gonna do a screen share here and we'll get started with our assignment. Here we go. Okay, screen share, and let me there we go. Get my, come on, chat. I know my chat's in there somewhere. I've got this little wide angle lens on the top of my laptop, and it's kind of, it's great, but it's kind of getting in the way of me seeing part of my screen. That's okay. Okay, so, you guys have a new assignment drop today. If you go to your classroom, Google Classroom, it's under assignments and job listing research worksheet. So we are going to open that up. Oh, I see one of you did it already. Great job. That shows initiative. That kind of initiative will get you hired someday. Okay, so we'll view the assignment. All right, job listing research worksheet. Okay, so we're gonna start by watching a video. This video is called How to Get Started in Construction Without Experience and Be Successful. So it's about 6 minutes long. It talks a little bit about, what we're talking about, getting started in this construction industry sector. When you guys are starting out, you're all in high school, and one of the common problems of high school students is, and ex-high school students, is that you don't typically have a lot of experience. Maybe some of you have some summer jobs or something that gets you that experience, but, not everybody has that. So, when you're out of high school, or even out of college for that matter, and you're looking to get into a job, like how do you get your foot in the door when you don't have a lot of experience? And everybody's like, well, we want 3 to 5 years of experience, and you just don't have that. So we're gonna start by watching this video. Yes, there we go.
If you're trying to figure out how to get into the construction industry without a lot of experience, it might be easier than you think. Hey guys, I'm Mike Claudio, owner of Consulting and host of the Big Stud Sailor podcast. Getting into the construction industry without a lot of experience kind of has 2 facets to that. Are you an employee trying to get a job, or are you a business owner trying to start a company? So really there's 2 different ways. I'm trying to cover both of them in this video. I'm gonna start with if you're a person trying to get a job as an employee. The experience level for a lot of companies that are looking for somebody is kind of hard to get, right? Like it's like, hey, how do I get 3 to 5 years of experience if no one's willing to hire me? I get it, we've been through that, but sometimes it just takes kind of putting your ego to the side and getting out of a baseline level. And when I got into corporate America, I literally started at one of the lowest sales positions you could have and learned and got better and learned and got better and learned and got better and worked my way up the corporate ladder. Same thing can happen at a construction company. If you go to a construction business owner who I know needs help and just says, hey, I'm going to work hard and I'll do any job that you need to do for whatever you want to pay me right now, you're going to get a job. And now it's your job to earn more than that. That's a big thing people are missing right now. I'm going to call out millennials because people are, but I think everybody struggles with this, where they believe that they deserve more than they're actually worth. It's an objective view. It is not subjective. You're going into a business to bring value. The more value you bring, the more money you make. The best way to bring value is to learn what the business needs from you, and the best way to figure that out is just to start at the bottom and work your way up. If you ultimately can't find a job and someone willing to give you that chance, there are trade schools out there. There are community colleges that have courses. There are more and more people doing skill and job and labor development because it's a big issue in the country. Finding quality labor is becoming more and more of a challenge. There's a lot of organizations and schools and community colleges that are starting trade programs. So if you don't know what you're doing, invest some money, invest some time, and go get somewhat of an education to create more value to what you can offer a company so that when you go get a job, you have a better resume to say, hey, I don't have experience, but I have been through these training programs. So let's say you're a person that wants to buy a business or start a business. It actually doesn't take much experience at all. You can go out, read a book, take a class, take a test, and get your GC license. Does that mean you're going to be skilled? No. But if you have a partner, if you have somebody who does have experience, and you're just going to own the ownership side of it, I know plenty of successful companies in Charlotte where the owner started as a handyman, but he wasn't doing the work. He was just the business side. He was managing the leadership, the finances, the marketing, and he hired skilled people to help him grow his business. And now he does very well. Many of them do very well in multiple millions of dollars a year, strictly based on the fact that they weren't afraid to try. But ultimately, their background is not construction. Their experience level was non-contractor, but they brought a leadership and a business savviness to the industry that really does create some competitive industry. Well, let's be honest. You can get into business right now and use Coach YouTube forever. You're watching this video on YouTube, you can search how to just about anything right now and figure out a way to do it a little bit better than you have right now. Self-education is one of the most undervalued things in business. So if you don't have the experience, there are free options. You can hire a coach or a mentor. You can go out and just just don't be afraid to fail. Limit risk, do your research, do your homework. But ultimately, what differentiates those who are afraid to try and those who have accomplished is getting over that hurdle and figure out what do you need to know to accomplish the goal, or who do you need to hire to fill that gap. The construction industry is full of opportunity. Most businesses are begging for skilled or quality employees. So you have to figure out ways to make yourself more valuable. Through self-education, paid for education, coaching, mentoring, skill development, whatever that is, the more valuable you make yourself, the better it'll be. And the experience level isn't as necessary when you start. It's the mindset about how you're going to go out, how you're going to improve every day. Because 1% improvement every day makes you 10 times as valuable in a year or two. So if you're in that position where you just don't know what you don't know, please reach out to me. I've been through this with many businesses. I've helped multiple dozen companies over the last year and a half. And I'd love to help you as well. So reach out to me through my Facebook group. It's just called Construction Selling. Search for it. Ask to be a member of it. It's a free group. There's a ton of experts in there and really quality business owners and trades companies. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at Winry Consulting to say, hey Mike, I'm a noob. How can you help me? Or just subscribe to this channel and continue to engage. I put out weekly content to help people gain that experience they need so that they can be better suited to be as valuable as possible, either for a business or for their business. So thank you for watching. Mike with Winry Consulting, and I hope you will continue to win fast and win often.
All right. So, a lot of bit to unpack there. So, that's the thing is you all start off, everybody starts off with no experience, like I did, you guys will as well. So getting your foot in the door, a lot of it has to do with, who you know and, what you're willing to go out and get, who you're willing to talk to, who you're willing to contact. And that was one of my problems, growing up. I was always kind of told that, you can do whatever you want, you can be whoever you want to be. But I didn't realize, because it wasn't really taught, that, it's not really good enough. You can't really go out and do it all by yourself. And I would try and do it all by myself. And, you can only get so far with that. So, a lot of it comes down to who you know, what you know is important as well. But, being willing to get out and contact people. Like, how many of you guys, tell me in chat, how many of you guys know somebody, a family member or friends or someone who is in the construction industry? How many of you have uncles or grandparents or aunties or, maybe your dad or your mom is in construction? Who's got that in your family? Yeah, a lot of you guys, especially in the town you guys are from. Hayward's a very industrial area. And a lot of you know somebody, if you don't have immediate family, you probably know somebody who's in construction. So guess what? When you guys graduate high school or college, whatever your pathway takes, if you are looking to just get started with a career, then, talk to the people you know. If someone is working in an industry, maybe they know the boss or something, hey, how do I get into this job? How do I get into this career? Do I need to get some special training? Or, hey, can I get a job with you? And it may be very well be just low down, basic work, and you're not getting paid a whole lot at the very start. But you use that to get your experience, while you're young and you don't have a lot of bills to pay, and maybe you could live at home for a little bit. But you use that to get your 3 to 5 years of experience or 1 to 2 years of experience, and then you use that to get a better job or to get promoted in your current job, and you work your way up. If you have a family member who owns a business, that's even better. If you don't mind working for them, you can get in with that family business and get a lot of your experience right there. And again, it doesn't really matter whether you're going to a 4-year university or 2-year community college or whether you're going straight into work. Getting that experience at whatever level is super important, and getting that early on. That's probably the best way that you can get a jump start on your career, no matter where you end up going. So that's a lot of talking, a lot of roundabout and stuff. I know we want to just get to our assignment and get moved on here. So your assignment for today, and this is not your My Morning question. We'll do the My Morning question like the last 5 minutes of class. So your job listing research worksheet. It's a very simple worksheet. Let me open this up. So what we're going to be doing here is just following the instructions. We're just going to see what kind of jobs are out there and available, and what is required to get into some of these jobs. I want to increase your awareness of what is out there, especially if you haven't really thought about that up to this point in your life. So remember what we talked about with construction. It is a wide range of careers. It's not just construction workers, but it's also construction workers. So I want you to think about different kinds of, lunchtime. Here we go. Favorite time of the day. Mac and cheese.
I got a kind of off-topic question. Yeah, to get a permit during coronavirus to drive.
Oh, for driving or for work permit?
Yeah, for driving.
Oh,
still get them.
you can. just had to restart my recording because Canon M50's got a 30-minute time limit. We hit that. What were you saying?
You can still get the learner's permit and everything else. The DMV is still operational. They're an essential service. So if you haven't already done so, go on the DMV website and find out what needs to be done because you can still get an appointment to go in.
That answer your question?
And because I'm 15 and then in January I'm going to be 15 and a half. Do I have to be perfectly 15 and a half? Or
I think that's the cutoff. Yeah, you would want to contact the DMV. They should be able to give you a yes or no on that.
Okay.
Yeah, just double check.
You know, it never hurts to email or make a phone call or something like that. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. So best thing you can do is just contact them and find out. So yeah, got family coming in. That was my wife, by the way, in case you were wondering who that random other teacher person was.
Yeah, I just happened to hear from a colleague that her daughter just got her learner's permit this month, so you can still get them.
Okay.
Did I interrupt?
That's fine. Mac and cheese for lunch. There we go. Okay, so anyway, your assignment for today is you're basically going to pick a construction job, and I have some job titles, suggested job titles here. You got laborers and project managers, engineers, installers, office managers, bookkeepers, tradesmen, stuff like that, tradespersons. So you're just going to go into Google and say construction management jobs or construction laborer jobs in the Bay Area. I know it says Bay Area. I mean, use that term loosely. If you want to search for jobs in San Jose or shoot, even Sacramento or Stockton or whatever, like that doesn't matter to me. If you wanted to search for jobs in SoCal, if you've got family down there, like I don't care. Like search where you want. But you're just going to search for some job listings. And when you do your Google search, then you find a job listing that sounds like what you were looking for, and you just fill it out. So you've got this worksheet here. What's the job title? What's the company offering the position? If you can find the company address, sometimes it's hard to find. If you can't find it, don't worry too much about it. But if it's there, put it. Contact phone or email. How are you going to get in contact with this company? What are the job responsibilities? What are the duties of this job? This is really important. So this is what the expectations are. What are you going to be doing as part of that position? You may have to file papers. You may have to lift heavy objects, lift a certain weight. You may have to clean up and break things down and set things up. Like what are you expected to do? And then the job requirements. Like what are they looking for in a new hire? Like do you need experience for this job? Do you need your driver's license for this job? Some jobs require you to be part of a labor union. Do you need a degree for this job? What are the requirements? Starting wages, how much money are you expected to make? Are there benefits? Do you get benefits? Maybe, maybe not. How to apply for this job? So if you see a job listing, it should tell you, you can apply here, here, here. Some of them you can apply in LinkedIn. Some of them you can apply, you have to apply in person. So how are you applying for this job? And then just the last one, give me a link to that job listing so I know that you actually found something. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's your assignment. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You guys all have your assignment here. And I'm just going to leave the Zoom call on. We have not done the My Morning question yet. We will do that. Let's see, it's 12:01 right now. I'll give you the My Morning question at 12:10. So you'll have 5 minutes at the end of class to do your My Morning question and get marked for attendance. But for the next 9 or 10 minutes or so, I want you guys to get started on this job listing research worksheet. So no excuses for not doing it, guys. You have time right now to get started on that thing. So yeah, that's it. You guys have any questions? Feel free to type it or shout it out or, I don't know, chit chat if you want to. But
when is the end of this quarter?
End of second quarter?
Yeah.
Like in January, third week in January, like January 23rd or...
Oh, that's so far away.
It is. Well, we have a lot of holidays in between now and then. We've got a week off for Thanksgiving. We've got 2 weeks off for winter break, Christmas. And then, yeah. And
are we going to have a week off on Friday?
Yeah, it's going to be Thanksgiving. This is the last week before Thanksgiving break.
Are you going to assign work on the weeks off?
No, except I will just say if you are behind on assignments, my expectation is that you will take that time to catch up on it. On any assignments you may be behind. Also, your cleanup logs for quarter 2, you'll notice that they do go through the breaks, but I figured that most of you have parents who are going to be making you clean up during those weeks anyway, so you might as well be getting credit for what you're already doing.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, but no, I'm not going to assign any new work over the breaks, but my expectation is that if you are behind or missing anything, then you better get it done, because nobody better be emailing me saying, I didn't have time to do my work. Yes, you did.
When do you think the next SketchUp assignment will be? Or major assignment?
We'll have at least 1 or 2 after Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and winter break.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, SketchUp's not going away. It's gonna get more complicated and less instructions, fewer instructions, because the expectation is that you guys each assignment you learn a little bit more and more, and eventually I will give you just like a little 1-page thing of instructions like, hey, you need this, 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 and this, go do it, and it's not going to be like a step by step because you'll be coming up with a design, and I won't be telling you what to make. You're going to be telling me what you're making. Eventually we'll get to that point. So yeah, so stay caught up on all your assignments, everybody. All right, it's 12:04. You guys got another 6 minutes working on this job listings project. I'm gonna eat my lunch and do a little work.
Okay, I have one last question.
Yeah,
How
sure.
good is that mac and cheese?
What?
Very good. How good is the mac and cheese?
It's delicious. It's Trader Joe's mac and cheese. My daughter calls it the black dish mac and cheese, which makes it sound fancier than it really is, but it's just delicious. It's really good.
Did you make the table?
What? This?
Long.
Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago, I needed a workbench. I need like a standing height workbench, so I made this. Now though, I haven't made plans yet, but I'm planning to make plans to make a big 3 foot by 5 foot work table for right here. So I got my table saw. You guys want to see the rest of my garage?
Sure.
Anything to get us out of doing our assignment. No, you still have to do your assignment. So this is my wall corner that I turned out this really good looking window. I did that so I could have like a nice little talking head corner for YouTube videos. And then I insulated my garage door, so it's actually kind of cozy in here. It's really nice. I got lumber over there, tools, water heater, table saw. Table saw. There's a camera that's been recording right there. It's going on YouTube, like that. And then yeah, look at that. That's what we're looking at.
I didn't see any of those tubes to clean the dust.
Oh yeah, I just have a Walmart mount dust collector. It's on this wall over here. I only have it hooked up to my table saw because that generates the most dust, and everything else I just kind of sweep up. But I just installed that like a month ago, 2 months ago. So I don't know. It's always improving. Safety first.
You need your safety glasses to eat mac and cheese.
You know, I'm a messy eater. No, I'm gonna cut out one of my ornaments.
So I'm still working on my next video, but I'm also starting to cut stuff out for the video after that too. So.
Have you seen the William Osman video where he makes Rice Krispie treats, but he adds 15, 20, 30% wood dust?
No, I'm subscribed to Osman, but I haven't really watched a lot of his videos yet.
It was like 2 years ago.
I know he and Bobby Duke are like good buddies, good YouTube buddies, and they've done some collaborations before. I haven't really watched a lot of William Osman videos, but you know, I got to start watching some of him. He's funny, weird but funny. Got that weird dad vibe, I think.
Yeah.
This is a coping saw, by the way. This thingy right here.
Yeah, that reminds me of like a bone saw.
Yeah. It's basically it's a lot like a hacksaw. In fact, a hacksaw is basically a rougher coping saw. But yeah, coping saw is basically, it's got this bar around here, and it's got a lot of space in here, so you can turn and twist around really well. So, and a thin blade lets you get around these all tight corners and lets you do fancy scroll work. So that's how I cut out like the curves and angles and stuff on here. And so my next video is actually showing some basics on how to use a coping saw. I gotta remember not to blow sawdust in my mac and cheese. Shouldn't really be eating on my workbench, but sawdust.
I mean, the added flavor.
Fiber keeps you regular. All right, I'm typing my morning question right now. Okay, here's my morning question, dropping right there. What are some ways you can get a job in the construction industry? So some of the stuff we just talked about. What are some ways you can get a job in the construction industry? You can answer that however you like. Just make sure you answer that my morning question so I can mark you for attendance. If you don't answer the my morning question, you know what happens. You get marked absent because I don't know you're here. So yeah. Don't forget that assignment that I just gave you guys is due today. If you haven't done it already, make sure you finish it. To get that done, if you're behind on anything, obviously you gotta get caught up on that. And then do that my morning question for today so I can mark you for attendance later. So that's it. I'm just gonna be working on this. I'll keep the Zoom open for a little bit. If you guys want to stick around and hang out and watch me work on some stuff, but you don't have to. So, and I think Wednesday's a minimum day, so that'll be cool. We'll have to think of something quick and easy to do. By the way, this little thing right here, this is also going to be part of my next video. There's a little coping saw jig. So it's got this little cutout right here that allows for, your coping saw to get in there, and it helps support your workpiece, but you can cut through it and keeps you from having to adjust your clamps too much. This gives you a little bit more freedom of movement. So it's kind of nice. They're super easy to make too. These things, if you're interested, these things are like $12. You can get them cheaper, but I don't like the cheap ones. They kind of fall apart a little too easy. This one's a good brand. But yeah, like $12, and you can make some really cool stuff with it. Probably need different clamps though too, so you can hold everything down. Kind of hard to do if your workpiece is wobbling all over the place.
Do you think wood is easier to work with than metal?
For me, yeah, because I don't know how to work with metal very well. I'm sure a metal worker or welder would say that metal's easier.
Because I want to buy a Miata. I don't know if you know what that car is, but it's this one car. I want to buy it used, and then I want to try to like fix it up and stuff.
Has a Miata. Spanish teacher.
Miatas are really cool.
Yeah, I got to drive hers one time. It was fun. She had a stick shift.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little green Miata stick shift. I don't know much about cars, but I know that much.
I need a convertible stick shift Miata.
It is a convertible. You talk to Ms. She might sell it to you. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I finished my mac and cheese here before I start working making sawdust. Yeah, all over the place. Yes, sir. How are the rest of you guys? Y'all doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Doing fine. Are you getting caught up on all your work?
I mean, yes.
I hope so. You believe so? I hope so. All right. I gotta go. Actually, gotta step out, and I think some packages got delivered. And it might be raining here pretty soon, so I'm just gonna step out really quick. But I'll be back if you guys want. Yeah, it's just starting to rain out there. Oh, you guys are still here. I'm surprised. Yeah, I just had to get some packages that got delivered a few minutes ago, but it just started raining, so had to make sure that it was coming out of the rain, you know. Grandparents come to pick up one of the kids for a little play date with the grandparents. They do that. They take one kid once a week. So today, huh?
They already have favorites?
Well, they take one kid on Tuesday and the other kid on Wednesday. I forget who's gone today, but yeah, it's nice because you know, it gets them a little grandparent time, and you know, they miss the grandkids with all this COVID stuff. So none of us get out and see a whole lot of people, so you know, we're all kind of in the same little social circle. So, but
I
man,
haven't left my house for 5 months.
What's that?
I haven't left my room for 5 months actually.
Oh
I
man,
have my mom come in, give me food, and I just sit here.
you got to break that cycle, man. It's too easy to fall into that. You got to be one of those like shut-in otaku kind of, you know. The only light you get is screen light. That's not healthy, man.
I have a pretty big window right here. But then there's a big ass tree that blocks all the sunlight.
Yeah. I've at least there's a lot of trails by my house. Like I don't live like in, but there's a lot of trails by my house, and so we've been getting out and going for walks. And I used to go for bike rides until we got all that smoky air, and then I hadn't gone for like 2 months. But then it started getting cold, and I didn't really feel like riding my bike. But we've been going on walks and hiking. We have some like hilly mountainous trails, so I got my kids going up and down the trails. But it's been kind of raining a little bit off and on, so that's kind of hard to can't really do that when it's raining because it's all muddy and stuff. You know, you got to stay active. You got to keep moving because then you know if you get too stagnant, then your health declines. And you know it's fine when you're young, when you're your age, but the older you get, the harder it is to recover from that stuff. So you have to keep going. It's kind of like a shark. You know, it has to keep swimming or else bleh, it don't last forever.
Go down the hill. There's a trail to the left.
Oh yeah, yeah. I walked some of the trails around there. It's nice walk. Here, let me move you up a little. My power cord. I can move my camera just a little bit. There we go. Sorry, camera. Move this down a little bit. There we go.
Oh, so you have sponges on the holder?
Yeah, they just come with little rubber feet, so it helps grip a little bit better. A lot of people, they lose them because they do come off pretty easy.
It's sketchy every time you saw your face. Like the saw blade, you're cutting towards yourself.
Well, I'm not cutting towards myself. I have the blade turned so it's facing on this side, so I'm actually cutting away from myself. But if I do turn it, I can actually turn. There's a couple little tabs right here. I can turn it so that the blade faces different directions. So that way I can get around really tricky corners. That's one of the really awesome things about a coping saw. As far as hand tools go, these things are probably one of the most versatile hand tools. You know, because you see these in all sorts of industries. You'll see them in plumbing. Because smaller versions of these can get inside little wall spaces to cut pipes. You know, you see them a lot for stuff like that. Jewelers will use versions of these with like little diamond rods for carving out metal and precious metals and stuff. So they are a handy little tool. All right, man. You take care. You have a beautiful day too. All right. I think I'm gonna get out of here. You good, man? I'm going to assume he's good. All right. And that's how we teach woodshop in distance learning. What can you do, right?